Hey everybody, it's Tom, aka Misty Night for Misty's Meals. Tonight I'm going to be doing some chicken that I've had brining for a few days right now. Say about since Tuesday, today's Saturday. Before I forget, please like, subscribe to my channel. Please, 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 please. Leave me any kind of comments that you want to leave. I'll be sure to read them. And any music you hear in the background, which you probably don't, I do not own the rights to. The only sound that you should hear in the background right now is my dishwasher. Sorry about that, but gotta have clean dishes. Again, so tonight I'm doing some chicken. I went ahead a couple days ago, Tuesday, and I took a pack. It was like 6 chicken breasts, decent sized chicken breasts or whatever, and I put them in a brine, and they've been sitting in the fridge for a few days. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cook these. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got some olive oil heating up right now, and I've got my little tester, my little onion in the oil, to make sure I know when it's hot. I'm going to go ahead and kind of sear these a little bit on either side because then I'm doing 4 pieces of chicken tonight. I'm going to have them all in the pan at one time. I'm going to cook them on either side just for a couple minutes, just kind of brown them, sear them. And then I'm going to take the whole pan and I'm going to put it in the oven, which, by the way, in the oven at the moment, I have potatoes roasting. They've been in there for about 20 minutes or so. And then after I put the chicken in, those are going to be in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. So by the time the chicken is done, the potatoes will be done. But while that's in the oven, while I have it in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and make some string beans. I just took frozen string beans, thawed them out. I'm going to, jazz them up a little bit with some really finely diced onions, some garlic, a little bit of white vinegar, not much, maybe like a tablespoon, and some vegetable broth. So right now my oil is heating up, or heated up actually, and I'm going to go ahead and just start putting the chicken in the pan. Be careful not to get any of the juice all over everywhere. And I've got my heat about medium high. We're only going to be a couple minutes on either side. And then, like I said, a couple minutes on either side, and then we're going to pop this baby in the oven. So you just want to sear them up a little bit either side. You're not going to cook them all the way through. You could cook them on the stove top this way until they're fully cooked. And that would take maybe, depending on the size of your chicken, these are pretty thick. So it's going to be good. And I'm making 4, so I'm making, 4 servings. They would take anywhere 15 to 20 minutes on the stove top. But I'm not doing it fully on the stove top. So while I had that down on the one side, I went ahead and the seasonings that I put into my brine, because there was water, vegetable broth, lemon slices of onion, some garlic, salt, pepper. I used some beer can seasoning, onion powder, and garlic powder. And this is just some of those seasonings I have right here. I'm just going to sprinkle some of those on the one side before I flip it over, as I already did on the other side. Now, when I took it out of the brine, I already still had some of the seasonings already coated on the chicken. As I said before, it's been in there a couple days. So it should taste nice and juicy and tender. So you've had these down, I don't know, roughly a minute, maybe 2 minutes, not even. I'm going to go like another minute longer, and then I'm going to flip them, and then once those cook a little bit on the other side, then I'm going to pop it in the oven. And after I flip them, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to squeeze some fresh lemon juice on top before I pop them in the oven, just to give it a little extra, zing. Hope everybody's been doing okay. Hope you enjoyed the last video I did. Can't remember what it was. I think I put 2 up within 2 days. I'm not sure. Possibly. So, but I hope everyone's doing good. This weather was really great today. I think it was like close to the 70s or something like that. Tomorrow's going to be like in the 60s. I'll take it. Not complaining. Not complaining at all. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip these. Like I said, only for another couple minutes. And then I'm going to pop them in the oven. And my oven is set at about 425. So, and I've had the potatoes in there, I don't know, almost 30 minutes now. Something like that. So we had those flipped over. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to juice a lemon. Get some lemon juice all up on that. And you can use as much lemon juice as you want. You don't have to use lemon juice if you don't want to. I just figure, you know, the lemons were in the brine. Why not? Why not? So, okay. And if you use enough lemons or oranges you like this fresh juice, I highly recommend getting one of these little bad boys. They're great. A lot easier than, you know, squeezing it by hand and trying to pick out all the dang seeds, because that, you ain't gonna worry about it. So, and while I'm at it, might as well just squeeze some lemon for the water. So yeah, our potatoes will be nice, and I haven't done anything to them. I just coated them with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and some rosemary, and then just popped them in the oven. I just use regular russet potatoes. You can use any type of potato that you like. What do you have on hand? It doesn't matter. However you like doing your potatoes. I had russets, so I just went ahead and peeled them, chopped them, coated them, seasoned them, popped them in the oven. So, and like I said, they're going to finish up cooking while this is finishing up cooking, once I pop everything in the oven. So, okay, as I said, you're not trying to cook this all the way through on the stovetop. You're just kind of getting a little brown, a little cooked on either side. I said another minute, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven. And then we will get started on our green beans. Those are not going to take very long at all. Especially, I'm using the string beans, the long ones, thinner ones. So they're really not going to take long. I think the thing that's going to take the longest is, like, you know, cooking the onions on the garlic. So, all right, so this is going, and now, like I said, I'm going to pop it right in the oven. I've already shifted my potatoes from the bottom rack up, and now I'm going to pop this on the bottom. And then I'm going to set my timer for about, I don't know, 15 minutes. So I'll turn your stove top off and go ahead and set your timer. 15 minutes. So now what we're going to do, you know, I didn't even need to turn that off. That was a waste. I'm just going to put my other pan on it. Pan with, I'm going to do the green bean. Leave it over here. Leave it over here. So we're going to turn that up. I'd say, you know, about the same as chicken, medium high. Just so we can saute the onions, saute the garlic. And then once those get going a little bit, then I'm going to go ahead and add my green beans, salt, pepper. I'm just using salt and pepper in that because I've got the garlic, I've got the onions, and I'm going to use vegetable broth and a little bit of vinegar. Just like I said, just a little bit of a kick. Nothing. I don't want to go outlandish or too crazy. So, gonna let this heat up for just a moment, and I'll be right back. All right, so our oil is heated up. I'm going to go ahead and pop my garlic in there, and I'm using about tablespoon and a half about minced garlic. You can do some fresh chopped garlic if you want. You just do regular garlic cloves, however you want to spice your green beans up. This is just what I'm doing. Love that too. So we've got our garlic in there. I'm going to put my onions. And again, you're going to end up turning down the heat after you get these sauteed, so you don't have to worry about how high you have it. I have it about as, I don't know, about as high as I had the chicken when I was doing that. Yep, just going to get a good quick saute on these, because then we're going to let the green beans and everything cook for the remainder of the time with the potatoes and the chicken. So everything is going to get done all at one time. Which sometimes for me is easier said than done, because when I'm in the kitchen, sometimes I just zone out and tend to eat a little bit later than normal. So, which isn't always a good thing, but you know. So we got these going. Again, you're not trying to overcook them or anything. You're just doing a quick saute. Just get that going. Then, like I said, we're going to add our green beans and our veggie broth and salt and pepper and a little bit of white vinegar. You can use apple apple cider vinegar. You can use balsamic vinegar. This is just what I like to use. So that's what I'm doing. So we have that going. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my green beans. And I drain them, you know, squeeze them out, whatever you got to do, because you don't want a whole bunch of water in there with it. I mean, unless that's what you want to do, instead of using vegetable broth. I mean, you can use anything that you want, any type of liquid that you want. It all depends on what your favorites are. So we got this going just a little bit again. I just want to get the onions and the garlic that got cooked a little bit. Now I'm just incorporating it all with the green beans. You don't want anything to overpower anything else. So we have that going in there. So I'm going to add, I've got salt and pepper here. I have about a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper. And again, you can add more later. I'm not really adding a whole bunch. Just mix that in there. Now I'm going to add, I don't know, roughly about 2 cups or so of vegetable broth. You can use stock, you can use chicken broth, you can use beef broth, whatever you want to use. Okay, and I'm not trying to make a soup or anything. I want just enough to cover everything. So we got that going, and I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper here in a moment. But right now I'm going to add my vinegar, and again, not a lot. I'm using a tablespoon. That's it. I might not even use a whole tablespoon. Okay, so that's it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and check it just to see if I need to add salt, if I need to add pepper, or if there's anything else I want to add to it. So I've got that heat up, so now I'm just going to turn it down slightly to about medium. And then I'm just going to let it go. We've got about 9-10 minutes left on our chicken and potatoes. So I'm going to let this go, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, everybody, everything is done. I've taken the chicken and the potatoes out of the oven. I've turned off our green beans. So I'm going to go ahead and plate this up, and that'll be another Misty's meal. See you in 2 seconds. All right, everyone. So here we've got our potatoes, we've got our green beans, we've got our chicken. I hope you enjoyed it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I'll put the recipe for the brine that I use for the chicken down below. I will put the whole recipe for all of this down below. That way, if you want to try it at home, again, leave me any kind of comments. Please like and subscribe my videos and my channel. And I will see you all soon. Talk to you later. Bye.